am early on a Wednesday morning, getting ready to head over to Gately Audio. We're on the back portion of this build, and it's time to start thinking about a box. Not just a box, we're going to talk subs. I think we're going to run 4 Gately Audio 15s in this thing. That should bang. So we're not just going to run Gately Audio 15-inch subs in here. I'm going to go over there, I'm going to sit down with Bobby, and we're going to talk about the kind of box that I want, some of the features that I want, the tuning that I want, and we're going to come together and we're going to build the box over there. And if you've been following my channel for any period of time, you know I build my own boxes. I've been building my own boxes for almost 40 years. But I like to go over there and I like to design with Bobby, and I love what he's doing. And when I go over there and we build boxes, it keeps his guys busy and it gives me an excuse to say his name. And I always love to bring my friends up and talk about them online whenever I can, especially if they do amazing work. So we're going to head over to Gately Audio. We're going to talk about some options. We're going to take some measurements and see what we come up with. Shouldn't be super complicated, but it should still be amazing. There's going to be an acrylic window somewhere in the mix, probably some LEDs, and definitely a lot of bass. So let's head over to Gately's and see what's cooking. I mean, I've got a really good friend that builds boxes for a living. Why not use this for an opportunity to get a badass box and give him a little bit of shine so his business can thrive, so his employees, families can eat. You know what I mean? So that's why I do what I do. I could just build whatever box I want, for sure. I have all the equipment to do it, and I've been doing it forever, but I love putting the spotlight on other people who deserve it. Also, driving across town is a good way to test out these dual alternators and see how they're doing, and so far they're pretty perfect. They're not making any kind of noise. It just feels stock, even though there's 800 amps underneath the hood, and that's the way it should be. And as you can see, we're pushing over 15 volts, no problem. All right, 7:30 a.m. getting it. Yeah. Hey Bobby, are these them right here? So we brought the Yukon over, standard issue Yukon, cargo area. We got a tape measure. Just gonna take a little look real quick and see what we're working with. We already know what we're working with, but maybe a little bit of confirmation. And then we're gonna sit down and
squeeze a couple extra inches in that thing.
I don't know, man.
Your very special box, right?
That's right. Well, not only that, but we need to see what we're working with for the amp rack too. So
Yeah.
let's head out there and we'll take measurements together. AKA, you'll bust out the tape measure and take measurements for us.
So, I mean,
Pretty standard issue, right?
it is. It's. We're just trying to figure out the maximum space so you can, design your amp rack behind my enclosure.
So like I said, I've been building boxes my whole life. I could build this at my shop, but it's an absolute pleasure to come over here and get to work with Bobby and get to see what he's got cooking in his brain and basically tell him what I want. Oh, he needs out. I just heard him. You know what? If I open this door, you better not be naked.
Damn it! I'll put it away.
All right.
It's cold out anyway. It kind of put itself on.
So what I want to do is stay semi-traditional, sub up, slot port back. Hopefully the slot port may be on the bottom part, if possible.
Absolutely.
Maybe we could do a little acrylic window so we can see those subs. And basically just make it Gately style with a couple of little standard issue stuff that we always like.
Yes, sir.
So after today, we'll probably have a good idea what this box is going to look like. He's already hauling ass on CAD. And then from there, I can see what's happening. And I'm going to start thinking about what I'm going to do with the amps. Then I can line them up and see how much room I have to work with for the amp chamber. And it is going to be some sort of a chamber because I like to put them all in an enclosed area and then fan cool everything. It's just how I did it. So how many Qs per sub are we thinking? Like 3, 3.5, 3 1/4?
Just over 3.
Just over 3.
Yeah,
So yeah, something in
3
there.
and an eighth ish after
3
all.
and an eighth.
After all displacements,
You
that was
had
what.
to outdo me just because I said 3 1/4, huh?
Well, that's where the box lands.
I say 3 and a
Typically,
16th.
Okay, 3 and 3/16, 3/32 of a foot, approximately.
Starting to look like a box already. So what are we thinking? Some 1-inch Baltic birch?
1.25
inch. 1.25 inch. Sounds good to me. 1-inch acrylic window. Some kind of a logo on it.
Probably 1.25 inch or 1.5 inches.
1.5 inch window?
Mm-hmm.
No, that's pretty wild right there. So we're talking about an LED strip too, huh?
Yeah.
I like that. Are we gonna light the inside of it up? Or is the light not gonna pick up very good on the brown?
Oh, it's gonna light up pretty good.
It's definitely starting to look like a box. So there's the front panel.
Big
Front
panel
acrylic.
here. We'll put a big Gately and an SMD on here or something like that. We'll engrave it into there.
I can already hear this box bumping. That slot port right there on the bottom. There's just something about it in a Tahoe.
182 inches of port area. I still got a bunch of chamfers to put everywhere, radiuses and stuff, but
you're gonna make it nice and long. All right. Look at that. Damn. Why does it look so real already?
because it's a rendering.
Oh.
So we can go back to, and it's still working on it here. It'll
It's still rendering?
I mean, yeah, it'll keep going until it gets to excellent, unless I tell it to keep going further. But I mean, it'll get a little better than this. We can go back to the design section, and you kind of see
that brace.
Brace. A little bit like that. We can go back to render. I'm just gonna spool
Look
my
at that.
computer up over here.
Oh, pixels. Oh. Fans are kicking on the PC.
Yeah, it gets zooming when we start rendering shit, especially when we got lights and contour.
Look at that. That thing is a beauty right there. When do you think we can get started?
Probably have the guys running parts next week, end of the week.
All right. Sounds good.
Yeah.
Well, we'll pick up where we left off.
Cool.
Real soon. Oh, shit.
Something like that, or a little bit
Yeah.
lower?
That looks pretty good like that.
Okay.
I like that.
Could go a little bit closer, or either way.
It's not too bad.
Okay.
You pop one on the other side too.
Yep. So what I'm gonna do here?
And we don't need them front ones anymore, right?
Nope. I'm gonna delete all that. Yeah.
Yeah.
So obviously I want this to be on the inside of the box, and I'll take care of all that. Make sure that works.
I think we're ready to start cutting some pieces. Look at that stack of plywood right there. That's all for my box. Oh, maybe not. That is a lot of plywood. So I sat down with Bobby. We did some designing. I told him what I wanted. He told me what we should do. And we came up with something really cool. And it's not just about the design. Anthony over there had to spend a couple hours turning that design into individual pieces that we could actually get over to the CNC machine. So you don't just hit a magical button and out pops a box. There's a lot more to it. So we're here. It's early in the morning. We're going to start cutting our first pieces. Just sit right here?
Yep.
Let's see some of this.
Yep. So this is the initial one we're gonna start with. Super simple one. You know, just your baffle, your bottom. Looks like your back, and one of the little port flares. The second one will have a lot more, you know, in-depth contours and shaping to it. Just with the certain flows that we do on this one here and parallels to get that nice curvature to it.
Yeah.
That one, you know, take a while, probably take about an hour or so.
Okay, so we got 1.25 inch Russian Baltic birch or just Baltic birch? Russian Baltic. This shit is not playing.
Mind that little chip, somebody got one too, guys.
It's alright, we're on the CNC machine.
Yep. All of them right here. As you see, that second one, like I said, it's gonna be a big file, so almost 6,000 on that. Everything else is pretty smooth though.
That was good. got the ball nose bit coming through. It's gonna do exactly what it just did one more time and clean everything up. Yeah. Look at that thing. Bad as hell. Something like that. Oh, sweet. Look how thick this plywood is, man. This will give you an idea how thick it is. Now that it's in my hand. Bad as hell. All right, we got a bunch more pieces to cut.